My name's Effie, I'm the author of The Tales of Tyrannoch, and we are doing Fantasy Indies August. Today's prompt is about mythical creatures, and my favorite mythical creatures in Tyrannoch probably depends on where we are in the world. So every region sort of has its own climate and its own environment, and that breeds a lot of biodiversity. So up in the frozen wastes, you have these things like cave spiders, which are these massive ancient creatures that live for hundreds or potentially thousands of years. And when I say cave spiders, I literally mean giant spiders that live in caves, right? Like big ice spiders that live in caves. They are solitary creatures, and they are ancient, and they are knowing. They are sentient. They know what's going on, and they remember. In Ajama, they have these great plains of waving grass that stand 6 feet tall or higher, depending on the season. And within the grass, there are these long-limbed birds that kind of like a quetzal, that sort of walk through the grass. And they use their wings, which don't fly anymore, to sort of pin through the grass, and they have really long beaks, kind of like a stork, except for they're massive. They're like the size of a giraffe. And they sort of spear small rodents and lizards and stuff through the grass. Now, they'll spear you too if you're dumb enough to get too close, but fortunately they're huge and you can kind of avoid them unless they're really hungry. The Dangerous Marsh is a massive swamp, and it's home to a variety of really dangerous creatures, right? So things above, things below. It's a very wet, humid, sort of dark environment. The canopy of trees interlaces enough that sunlight doesn't really get through, so it's all kind of murky all the time. It's never really all the way day, and when it's dark, it's really, really dark. So you have these things that don't really need eyes. Like this little lizard that has kind of like a flower for a face, right? Like think Venus flytrap for a face. And it eats bugs and small rodents and maybe some bats, but it'll snap your finger off if you get too close. On the Shattered Isles, they have tower crabs, which are these great ponderous crustaceans that get to be about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle when they're fully grown. And they're called tower crabs because they spend their days picking seaweed out of the shallow parts, like of the beach, you know. And then they chew on it, and then they use that chewed sea matter, that chewed plant matter, to cement stones, to cement rocks to the backs of their shells, and they build these huge, intricate, carefully cemented towers. And the purpose of them is, as they wade into the water to get food, it sort of weighs them down and protects them from the waves that kind of would wash them up onto the shore otherwise. It also kind of serves as armor to protect them from the things that live in the water, which are incredibly dangerous. Which brings me to my absolute favorite creature in Tyrannoch, channel hunters. They're kind of inspired by deep ones and mermaids in that they are a sentient race that lives under the water. They get to be 8 or 9 feet long, they are fast and strong and carnivorous. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and of course if you like the way that I present information, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below. You can find all of my social media contacts in the description. And of course, if you want to keep up with me and the progress I'm making on my current novel, you can do that at EffieWritesBooks.com. Thank you so much for watching, have an excellent day, and I'll see you next time.